live from SoFi Stadium. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. On first down, they'll start out with Akers. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them. And boy, we hit right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Sliding out of the pocket. That'll be caught. It's Cup. And some room to maneuver. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
On first down, it's Stafford. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Marco Wilson. And now off to the races down the right side. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and they will score. It's a pick-6 for the Cardinals touchdown. Well, it's only the first quarter, but that's a quick shift of momentum right there because they were driving the football before that interception, and then not only, Charles, do they throw the pick, but it gets returned all the other way for the score.
I think the important thing here was it backed up in their own territory. This defense didn't blink. They hung in there, waited for the offense to make a mistake, and as soon as they did, they capitalized in the biggest way possible.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Stafford here coming off his pick-6. And incomplete on the deep ball.
But I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick-6 in the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and say, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Cards are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
Escaping the pressure right. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Rams are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw something away on that snap. And let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away? It could cost them a ball game.
I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Stafford on third down. Got a man open. It's Tyler Higbee. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
17 yards. And the Rams, first down.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. And incomplete. A drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Stafford. On Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. 3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football.
I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack, because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
To throw again on 2nd down. Stafford. That's caught. It's 2-2 that row. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Here's Stafford. They'll set up the screen here to Akers. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. They'll run here with Akers. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward. So now from half the distance closer, here's 1st and goal. Look at this, a tight end carry. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. Bryson Hopkins taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Rams are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. On the return, Rondale Moore will bring it out. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember, last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let
Murray has it knocked loose. Fumble. And the Rams have got it back.
Well, my friend, this has certainly been a comedy of errors here in the first quarter. Neither side able to really hang on to the ball.
Yeah, now I'm just curious to see which team can adjust, because both have made their mistakes, as you said.
Yeah, and whoever can do that can seize firm control of this game, something they haven't done with the ball so far.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Here's Murray. Going for the deep ball. Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the third time. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And the Rams are going to take over at their own 41.
All right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football? We're not seeing it right now.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Hey! Alert! Easy! Number right!
On 2nd and 10, Stafford. He'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch. You and I both know.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a play fake it at Stafford. Man open, here is Jones. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. On the counter, this is Akers. And he is going to lose yardage here. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. They'll send a receiver in motion left.
59!
2nd down and goal. Stafford. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
21! 53! Ready!
Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. He's got it. It's Higbee. Touchdown Rams. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Rams have moved out in front. Extra point by Gain is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the 4th quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's 1 interception, we're still in the first half, I'm about to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack. On fourth down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. Cooper Kupp deep for L.A. This is taken at the 15. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Their last 2 drives, both ending in touchdowns. It's gotten them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap, allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
That big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here, they're trying to make it 3 in a row. Stafford's throw, it's complete into the hands of Higbee. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down, L.A.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
To throw is Stafford. Throw left side, complete to Kupp. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 1:53 remaining in this first half of play. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And he's got it. That's Kupp for a Ram touchdown. A great play there. 29 yards. And the Rams go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now 21-7. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Moore, the man in motion. To throw is Murray. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Thus far, they've been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. On 1st down, Stafford here. That's out to the flat for Akers. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. And the slot man goes in motion left. Stafford on 1st down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their fourth pick of the game. Instead, second down. Back to the air. Stafford on second down. And his throw is incomplete. He was in search of his tight end, Tyler Higbee. Third down here. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. Who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Now, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Fourth down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Returning it is Moore. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
48-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So good field position for the Cardinals as they come up first and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Murray going to throw. And this one is incomplete.
This is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Throwing now is Murray. Going deep for Hopkins. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. It'll be the Cardinals who get the ball first. They trail here as we resume action in the third quarter. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down to... And my goodness, another interception. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. Gay is on for the point after. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. at the line, the Cardinal offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Murray a give. This is counter. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Murray. Got a man. It's McBride complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one goes for 24 yards.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
He's going to look deep for more. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those. But the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Murray. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Murray and company going for it on 4th. He's going to look deep for more. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Rams are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They're just looking to do more of the same. They were good in the first half. They've extended their lead so far here in the second half. I don't know, they're just looking good on hitting on all cylinders right now.
And sometimes that means a head coach who really has a finger on the pulse of the team may not have anything to say at all. May tell the rest of the coaches,
up a little bit.
Just back it off a little bit. This team has it under control. I remember hearing about Bob Knight years ago in basketball, getting ready to give the final speech before the gold medal game in '84. And on the board, Michael Jordan had written, "Coach, after all we've been through, there's no way we're losing tonight." He didn't even give a pregame speech.
Wow, interesting. Well, right now, no speech is needed. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
59!
Here's Stafford. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Eluding the pressure right. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Byron Murphy. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful.
Touchdown, Cardinals. DeAndre Hopkins, 29 yards. And the Cards take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point good by Prater. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Got a man. It's Higbee, complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Now Stafford. Going up top for Kupp. And he's got it inside the 10. Now receiver in motion left. They'll run on 1st down with Akers. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Back to throw. Stafford. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. From 4 yards out. And the Rams are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. An extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Murray. That one into the hands of Hopkins downfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is... So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
Meanwhile, Stafford's throw here hauled in by Kupp. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a 1st down.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. 1st down. Stafford now to throw. They'll set up the screen here to Akers. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Looking to throw again on second down. Stafford going up top for Kupp. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Jalen Thompson picks it. And the Cardinals are right back in this football game. Boy, they get him yet again, Charles. 5 interceptions in this game. You rarely see this, maybe a couple of times in a season, but this defense, they've been fantastic.
It's certainly an example of watching a defense that is in the zone, right? We use that term so often, but most of the time it's for people who are on offense. In this case, it's the defense as a whole, all locked in with each other, all ready to go.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. From his own end zone now, it's Murray. Throw left side, hauled in by McBride. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Murray now. He's going deep for Brown. And got his man complete. Touchdown, Cardinals.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Prater for the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any...
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Cards are going to take possession of the football. So, my goodness, I would have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. To throw, it's Murray. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And this will get out of bounds at the 2-yard line. 2nd time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities?
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Kyler Murray scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Cardinals are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Now a play fake it at Stafford. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
In the early days of the NFL, you could easily blame these drops on maybe some uneven or uncertain lighting in the stadium. Not anymore. The lights are pretty good.
Yeah, they're great here at night, but his second drop, indeed, not a good look.
Hey, 54! Hey, 5-0! Hey, give me radar! 11! Hey, 7!
Here's Stafford. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Hey, 5-0!
Now Stafford. Going up top for Kupp. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Stafford now to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game.
And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. James Conner, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Cardinals have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th. They do tack on the extra point as well, and they will take a 7-point lead. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Stafford. Over the middle and complete to the tight end, Higbee. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Now it's Stafford. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a one-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
They'll look to throw. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Buda Baker with a pick, and the Cardinals have just about sewn up this football game. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. It's Conner as they stay on the ground, and he'll get this up to about the 40. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. Murray's going to look to throw this thing. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. It's a pickup of 5, and that should just about wrap this one up. Murray to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
On second down, Connor looking for space. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second. As the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the fourth. Back to throw, Murray. This is taken in by McBride. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Murray now running right on the option. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. Well, Charles, he's already proven that he's not afraid to tuck that football down on the option, and he's into the end zone for the second time in the game.
And that's exactly what you need from your quarterback, the ability to run the ball fearlessly. And, in fact, many quarterbacks will tell you running the football doesn't scare them. Standing in the pocket and taking blindside hits, that's what terrifies him.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. So this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.